According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, disability is a physical or mental condition that limits a person's movement, senses, or activities. A person with limited abilities to pursue an occupation. A disadvantage or handicap, especially one imposed or recognized by the law. Also, lack of legal qualifications. Disability early on was looked upon as a horror or someone incapable in life. They were like Tiny Tim on Christmas morning, someone struggling to survive. Or the killer in a horror film, because they were too ugly to be the regular superhero. Disabled people were given pity until they proved they deserved respect. In the late 1960s, Ed Roberts was part of a dormitory called the Rolling Quads. This dormitory fought for a grant from the Department of Health, Education, and Welfare, which started the program PDSP, Physically Disabled Student Program. Judy Heumann, who was denied the right to teach because she was in a wheelchair and couldn't get her students out fast enough during an emergency, started the Disabled in Action, DIA, which is a political group that provides services for the disabled. These are two examples on how the disabled keep fighting for their rights.
Chapter 3. American Sign Language, or ASL, is a separate language from English. Someone who is deaf has the brain structure to understand ASL better than an oral language. The deaf community is a separate culture. Chapter 4. In the 1980s, an army rose up to create and enact the American with Disabilities Act. Disabled people around the country banded together to show the nation and the world that they could kick ass and take names, too, in the forms of protests, sit-ins, debates, and an overall insistence that their voice be heard. Chapter 5. Schools had long been singing the tune of segregation, claiming that it was better for the disabled students to be separated from their peers. However, the parents of these children began marching to the beat of a civil rights movement and demanded an end to segregation. Integration started at first with students in the same building, but in different classrooms. Now parents are insisting on full inclusion, relying on research that shows disabled children master social skills far more easily when they go to school with non-disabled children. Chapter 6. Bob Kafka puts it beautifully when he said, "Just because our bodies don't function doesn't mean our minds don't function too." This is an awesome example of self-advocacy and the basic mindset behind it. Self-advocacy in disabled culture means being able to decide where housing is found, being able to speak up about healthcare that isn't sufficient, and most importantly, having a choice and a voice that is heard above all other people who are trying to direct a life that isn't theirs.
Wheelchairs have been thought of as restrictive, a burden, worthy of pity. Started by a hang glider termed paraplegic, the quickie was developed and wheelchairs began to carry a lot more personality. People within the disability community strived and continue to strive to show people that their wheelchairs are liberating, a tremendous benefit, and an extension of their personalities. Nursing homes are packed with millions of individuals, young and old, who lose their independence along with thousands of dollars. Nursing homes get more money to serve fewer people from the government than community programs receive each year. If nursing homes no longer existed and those who needed assistance received their care in their own homes, thousands of dollars could be given to other programs and populations in need.
Death is a fact of life, but assisted suicide? Shapiro makes us question the quality of life, blindingly accepted as the standard by outsiders looking in to the disability community.
We only got one world, and so we got one